Do you want more matches on Bumble? Piece of cake. Stay tuned for the best Bumble prompt response answers for guys who want 5 times more matches on Bumble. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that now and hit the bell so you get notified every time I release a new dating advice video for guys who want to go on more dates with the women they're really excited about. I'm Emily, head coach and co-founder at mloves.com, and in 2012, I went on a 100-date research experiment. And since then, I've been helping men find love fast with my coaching programs. And a lot of clients, when they first come to me, they say, I'm not getting any matches on Bumble and I don't know why. Well, aside from photos, a big reason for this could be your prompt response answers. They gotta be dialed in. That's why this video, we're gonna talk about how to make sure you have the best Bumble prompt response answers in the world, okay? So let's dive in. The benefits of using Bumble's new prompt responses. So let me tell you something. Part of how these dating apps match you with compatible partners is based on the keywords you put on your profile, which means you can find a super compatible match using very specific keywords, but not that many people know this. So when you're answering the prompt responses, make sure that you're choosing the prompts that are going to give the most specific answers possible. Rather than saying, I like Netflix, I want to know your very favorite movie or TV show of all time. Having that keyword on your profile, it's going to help you to match with women who share that very same favorite movie or TV show on their profile in common. So you're going to have a deeply compatible match. And so every single prompt response that you answer, you don't want to just throw it to the wind. You want to make sure you're being specific and you're using keywords that are going to help with compatibility. So things like questions that would get you to reveal your favorites, favorite book, favorite author, favorite musician, favorite band, favorite food, favorite thing to do on a Friday night, favorite hobby. Anything that's a favorite is going to be really powerful. Being specific and thoughtful with your prompt response answers is going to yield you much more compatible matches, and it's going to make the conversation a lot easier when she has to reach out to you. It's a lot easier for a woman to reach out to somebody if she's like, oh my God, we both love that same favorite book. That's amazing. That would make a woman want to reach out versus like having nothing to go off of. It makes it really difficult to reach out. Make it easy for her to respond and reach out to you. So on Bumble, the women have to initiate conversation. They have to reach out first. Compel her to do that by having something polarizing on your profile, which means it's a listening and emotional response. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. But say something with an opinion. If you say, I love Trump or I hate Trump, that's going to compel women to want to respond because it creates an emotional reaction within them. You also want to make sure that you're being super specific. So again, if I were to come across someone's profile and see that they shared my favorite book in common, my favorite movie in common, I would reach out to them because I'd be like, wow, what are the chances? Well, the chances are pretty good when you use a dating app that uses algorithms to match specific individuals with keywords and other things. So make it easy for her to reach out to you. If you use a Bumble prompt response or a prompt question like, beach or mountains, that is super generic. It's not really fun to talk about, and she's probably not going to reach out to you because it's hard to talk about. Make it easy for her. Share very specific information that is polarizing and compels her to reach out. Another thing you can do is ask a question. Use one of the prompt questions to then ask her a question, which will make it easy for her to reach out if she's just answering the question that you already have on your profile. Speak to your intended audience. Select a prompt question that would be compelling to your ideal type of woman. So the woman you're looking to attract, what does she like to do for fun? What type of food does she like? How can you choose a prompt response or a prompt question to respond to that would speak to your intended audience? You really want to get strategic and specific. You want to hone in. There are so many people on dating apps. You really want to get that perfect person for you. So first, you want to make sure you know who that is. That's something that I do with my clients in my coaching program is actually they create an ideal girlfriend profile using past relationship history to really pinpoint all of the good things that they like about their previous partners and what they want in their future partner without any of the negatives. So they're super crystal clear on the type of woman they're looking to attract, and from there, they can strategically select prompt responses that are going to speak to that intended audience. So far, you've learned a little bit of the high-level strategy that you can use to find the best prompt response questions to answer on your Bumble profile. Stay tuned because we're going to actually look at some examples of amazing Bumble prompt responses that guys are using that are just crushing the game. But before we do that, if this video is helping you, make sure to like it, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment in the comments below. All right, so the best Bumble prompt answers for guys. The best Bumble answers I discovered fall into one of these categories: clever and witty answers, funny answers, genuine, heartwarming answers, interesting and unique answers, and specific answers that demonstrate that the guy knows what he wants. So let's take a look at each one and explore the reasons why each is powerful. If I were famous, it'd be for typing loudly. This answer made me laugh because it caught me off guard. Being a loud typer is definitely not a positive quality, which makes his answer ironic and creative. It's nice that he has a sense of humor about himself and doesn't take himself too seriously. Good quality to have. If I could donate $1 million, it'd be to the Human Fund. The Human Fund is a fake charity used by George Costanza in the TV show Seinfeld. After getting a similar gift from his friend Tim Whatley, George gave out cards to his coworkers stating that a donation had all been made to a charity called the Human Fund with the slogan, "Money for People." This answer is an excellent example of an undercover way to attract women who share similar interests with you because they understand your specific reference. If you love Seinfeld enough to remember the Human Fund and a woman shares that in common with you, she'll swipe right on you and likely send a fun message that relates to that shared commonality. And imagine what else you two might have in common if you both enjoy that specific show. My third grade teacher described me as a little attention whore who needs to get his ass to the principal's office right fucking now. Hashtag suspended. This answer is funny because it paints a picture in the woman's mind of a rebel, even in his youth. Every girl loves the rebel without a cause, and it sounds like he'd get into some fun and adventurous dates. If I were famous, it'd be for dancing. Deep down, as my friends say, I would be a Backstreet Boy. This response is cute and silly and makes me smile, especially when you see the guy and he looks nothing like a Backstreet Boy. The irony amuses me. After work, you can find me turning my 1-pack into a 6 and eating cookies. This Bumble answer is ironic and silly, which makes me giggle. It also shows me that he's health conscious, but not a health Nazi. My pet peeve, not giving a shit. Makes me laugh, very funny, totally get it. My perfect Sunday, waking up at 9, gym at 10, farmer's market at 12, nap at 2, laundry at 4, binge watch shows at 5, sob from 7 to 9, knowing tomorrow is Monday. This answer catches the reader by surprise in a funny, authentic, and relatable way. I too occasionally sob because Monday is coming. The Sunday scaries are real, people. My go-to karaoke song is Little Mermaid. Isn't The Little Mermaid a movie for 4-year-old girls who were born in the 80s? How would a guy even know the words? This funny Bumble answer made me laugh and got me curious to learn more about him. Maybe he has a ton of sisters. Go-to song is Don't Stop Me Now, Queen. I like this one because I saw the word queen and the whole "Yas, Queen" thing is hilarious. Plus, I'd pay to see anyone sing the song at karaoke, so I'd swipe right just to see if he can command the stage like Freddie Mercury. All in all, I chose this answer because it demonstrates a unique character and makes me curious to learn more. My pet peeve, being on time. I honestly think the pet peeve category is the best because pet peeves are usually funny and you can showcase so much that is ridiculous and relatable. His answer makes me wonder if he means that he hates being on time or that he hates it when others aren't on time. But the fact that I can relate to it is why I liked it. We'll get along if you are naughty, funny, read, and are as nerdy as you are physical and capable. My mom. If they don't read, don't shag them. Also, if you aren't a flake or ghost. While I don't recommend using sexual innuendos in your profile because it's out of sequence and might scare her off, even if she is sexually experienced and open, I did like a few things he did here. First, he's specific and knows what he wants. That's always sexy. Second, the mum thing was funny because who refers to themselves as mum outside of people with accents? And women love accents. And because his mom sounds effing hilarious, and who wouldn't love a hilarious mom-in-law with a cool accent? Third, I love that he calls out the rude things that people do. Girls who flake and ghost suck, and he ain't afraid to say so. Me likey. I feel most empowered when I eat my spinach. This answer was the funniest I saw. Very unique and made me laugh. I feel like you could use the idea of this for many other scenarios, like I feel most empowered when I take my vitamins or go to church. Very funny. The world would be a better place with more bars with great patios. So funny, and I love that he didn't do the hero thing. Unexpected and real, and I love it because of that. Authentic is sexy, and catching someone off guard is always good for a laugh. The best comedians do it with every joke. All right, so now let's get into the genuine and heartwarming warm fuzzy Bumble answers. Writing something that makes a woman feel warm and fuzzy is always a good thing. Make a woman feel good about you and you're halfway to a first date. So let's check out these super genuine and heartwarming answers. My third grade teacher described me as shy. Sharing a secret or a vulnerability is a powerful way to connect on a deeper emotional level. Everything in dating is about connecting emotionally. The reason why the perfect girl on paper might not be able to elicit the butterflies in the stomach or weak in the knees reaction is that logically she makes sense, but emotionally there's nothing sensationally stimulating. In dating, you always want to focus on your feelings, not your thoughts. Attraction is not logical, it's sensational. Literally, it's all about how the other person makes you feel. When you share a secret or insecurity, it's a display of emotion, not logic. A woman cannot be logically reasoned into liking you. Doing what this guy did is a great way to build a deep connection rooted in trust. Additionally, sharing something vulnerable about yourself gives the other person permission to do the same, and that helps to foster more meaningful connections. If I could donate $1 million, it'd be to Planned Parenthood and Greenpeace. This guy did a stellar job of demonstrating some of his values, which is great because it's polarizing. If women strongly disagree with either of these institutions, they'll self-select out of his dating funnel, whereas the women who feel strongly positive about them will swipe right. Additionally, bringing up an emotionally polarizing subject is a great way to stimulate a woman's emotions and make her feel, not think. As mentioned above, dating is about sensations. It's about how you feel. When you can elicit a strong emotional response, even if it's not 100% positive, you are light years ahead of men who can't. The last thing you ever want to be is boring. It's better to piss her off than be forgettable. Don't be afraid to show your true colors, even if it's politically incorrect. Side note, keep it positive. Nobody likes a negative Nelly. That said, this guy did an excellent job of keeping it positive, which I always encourage. Don't say Trump lovers can go F themselves because then you look like a prick. Instead, try saying it differently, like proud Democrat or pro-feminist. Yes, dudes can be feminist too. You could even try a politically borderline response like, looking for someone who can explain the Me Too movement in a way that doesn't make me question my masculinity. The answer below, or the next answer, does a good job of that. Equality to me means I'm a straight white guy in tech. I'll let other people tell me what equality looks like, and I'll listen. Now you're being honest, but positive and demonstrating that you're open to different opinions. Pretty powerful stuff and emotionally polarizing. Favorite quality in a person, interest in other cultures. What a great way of subtly saying, I'm not into racism. I love this so much I want to steal it myself. Favorite quality in a person, loyalty. This is heart-melting. This answer evokes an emotional response in me, and it tells me a lot about him. If you use this Bumble answer, I'd recommend thinking long and hard about exactly who you're looking to attract. Getting crystal clear about precisely who to look for is the first thing I do with my clients. We create an ideal girlfriend profile that outlines all of the positive qualities they want in their perfect partner. You might spend some time doing the same and getting clear about all of the characteristics you're looking for in a mate. Then choose the number one most important quality and use it to answer the prompt, favorite quality in a person. P.S. Bumble answer hacks. I touched on this above, but I recommend using keywords that your ideal woman might use on her profile to describe herself. I have a well-researched hunch that part of Bumble's matching algorithm relies on keyword matching, kind of like what Google uses to find users the most relevant content. So if you say loyalty and she says loyalty somewhere in her profile, chances are the two of you will have the opportunity to match with one another. All right. I feel most empowered when my daughter succeeds in school and on the soccer field. I'm a proud dad. Can somebody get me a box of tissues? This one makes me want to cry. It's so sweet. If ever there was a perfect way to express the fact that you have kids, this is it. Not only does he tell us that he's a proud father, but he also does it in a way that makes us all long for a parent like him. Wow, boyfriend. Nope, scratch that. Total husband material. If you do not see the emotional connection here, I'll tell you this. Evolution theory suggests that women are hardwired to want a man who is a good father. If correct, then selecting a man who offers a high degree of parental investment is in our DNA, and we've evolved because of it. Even if a woman is not looking to have kids, she's still hardwired to find a man who loves being a dad. I'd bet that this answer is charming to 99.9% of women, regardless of whether they even like kids or not. Favorite quality in a person: integrity, someone who is true to themselves. Getting crystal clear about precisely who to look for is the first thing I do with my clients. We create an ideal girlfriend profile that outlines all of the positive qualities they want in their perfect partner. You might spend some time doing the same and getting clear about all of the characteristics you're looking for in a mate. Then choose the number one most important quality and use it to answer the prompt, favorite quality in a person. Favorite quality in a person? Kindness. I wish I'd thought of this answer. Kindness should be at the top of everyone's list. I learned that the hard way through my 100 date experiment, but this guy totally nailed it. If I was single, I'd swipe right. Favorite quality in a person? Empathy. This response echoes my sentiments above. Very powerful characteristic to be looking for in an ideal partner. Moving on to interesting Bumble answers. Favorite quality in a person? Versatility. Versatility is a unique trait to be seeking. Makes me curious to learn more about him. Why would he be searching for that? What is his day-to-day like? Greatest travel story. I once watched a street dog in Taiwan wait for the crosswalk to turn green before crossing the street while staying in between the lines. This response demonstrates that he is observant, a quality that suggests that he's also thoughtful, present, and intelligent. I like that he's been to a country that I haven't been to and can appreciate the subtle differences. Subconsciously, this tells a woman that if she were your girlfriend, that she would be able to join you on similar adventures to exotic destinations. Always a plus. Every woman loves a knowledgeable and well-traveled tour guide. If I had an extra hour in the day, I would learn a new language. This response is great because it demonstrates his hunger for growth and learning. I'd be curious to know what language in particular he'd like to learn, which would reveal even more to me about him. I also like that he seems to be a go-getter, which, as a woman, makes me feel safe. I bet he could protect me if I needed him to. Safety and security is always a woman's primary concern, though often she's unaware of this. Any suggestion that you might be intelligent, hardworking, or driven is a sign that you can protect her and her potential offspring. Greatest travel story. Scaled the walls, then broke into the Colosseum in Rome at 1 a.m. with a 5-liter jug of wine with some close friends. Luckily, we did not end up in an Italian jail. This guy sounds like a good time. He's definitely likely to elicit some strong emotions on a date if he's always that adventurous. Sounds like a total thrill seeker to me. I doubt he'd ask me on a boring coffee date. Ideal night out, ramen and live jazz. A woman who messages him about this answer is likely interested in ramen, jazz, or both. As such, it should be easy for him to invite her on a date that she is compelled to go on. Forget all the back and forth. Hey, hi, how are you? How was your weekend? This is better than a fast forward button at a ballet recital. Favorite quality in a person? A strong walk-up song. This response gets an A+ for creativity, and I love that he's subtly demonstrating a passion for baseball. What a way to qualify a compatible partner. My first question would be to ask him what his walk-up song is. This answer makes it easy for a woman to respond because it elicits a follow-up question. My 3rd grade teacher described me as the kid who knew a lot about Titanic. First off, what guy admits that he was obsessed with a chick flick? I love his honesty. Gets me thinking about all the weird shit I did as a kid. Very funny, relatable, and specific. Now I want to talk to him to see what else he was obsessed with growing up. Favorite quality in a person? Someone who is always up for activities. This answer is an excellent example of how to use qualifiers on your profile. No one wants to attract people they don't jive with, but the pros make sure to filter for quality in advance of committing to an awkward first date. Sure, This guy might turn off women who like to sit at home and watch The Hills, but good God, isn't that a win? Save yourself the agony of deciding whether to go out with a chick who's hot but incompatible and filter her out before you ever come across her profile. Trust me, using qualifiers will save you time, frustration, and money. Also, it's polarizing for the women who are compatible with you because it speaks specifically to them. Last but not least, it's super sexy when a guy knows what he wants and speaks to it right from the get-go. And there you have it. You've seen a lot of prompt response answers today. I hope they spurred your creativity, and now you've got some more ideas for how you can really stand out from the competition. If you need more help with your dating profile or anything dating related, my team and I are here to help. Book a new client session with myself or a member of my team over at mloves.com/book. During that new client session, we'll talk about your dating goals, the obstacles holding you back, and how our coaching program may be able to help you. That wraps up this video. If you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to my channel, and follow us on social media. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.